Welcome to the Real CP Show. I'm your host, CP. And today's topic, this bubblegum vandalizer. Possible alternative lifestyle one against a Tesla vehicle minimized. Yes. It was basically minimized of what this demonic actions, vandalistic type of version of this alternative lifestyle one. It was basically minimized what they did, and it was pathetic. Now it's interesting how, as you see the picture, and you're here in the video I'll play shortly, what this person could be within certain sections of the Padang-based culture, right? As you will hear within a video I'm gonna show you. Now, again, like anything else, you have some good people, you have some bad people. One of the big problems is that certain ones within certain sections of the Padang-based culture, they are giving free VIP passes to sit there in 1 minute, do some horrendous things by the actions, and at the same time play victim. Yes. That happens quite a lot, right? Yeah. And the ones who do it, they do it. And the sad, messed up part about it is that there are ones within certain section of the L-ness and G-ness and B-ness and T-ness and Q-ness and 3-ness and Alpha-ness and Z-ness, etc. Right? The ones that are black, the ones applies to. There are ones with few exceptions that don't understand. It is black first that people see, right? Alternative lifestyle categories in general, second, third, and fourth, right? In this situation, this particular alternative lifestyle category one, sit there and use some bubble gum to sit there and put upon this Tesla vehicle. And the person didn't even know who this person was, who this vandalism person was. And they did some other despicable things I'll show you in a second. But let me go ahead and play this particular. Actually, first, remember this thing, Tesla, right? Musk, Elon, right? Now, one of the richest people on the freaking planet. Now, prior to him being pseudoly supposed to have been over the Doge, right? The Department of Government Efficiency, right? Which came in there and was just bulldozing all kind of things, right? People being laid off, directors, going to try to telling people to get Doge and however personnel to get access to this system and that system, and you must lay off over here. You must sit there and we gotta read this woke stuff left and right. You think about it, as long as it's about the woke stuff, yeah, we need to get rid of that. Oh, we don't need that old woke stuff, right? Translation, that's them black people stuff, right? People like that can go to HELL because they know who they are. DEI has not a damn thing to do with American blacks. It was primary for people within certain parts of Padang culture, primarily by ones within numbers of women within certain parts of Padang culture and other different cultures, numbers of Hispanics, numbers of Asians. The list goes on who it's been for, right? But they always want to sit there and try to act like DEIs for about American blacks. But that's a different topic. And also, DI is also toward for certain ones within a terms of lifestyle category. Oh, they want to talk. We don't want to talk about that. Yeah. So let me sit there and show you this particular uh uh thing related. Oh, give me a second. Oh, yeah, here we go. Relating to Elon, right? Because this is the thing, right? Before uh pseudoli he's supposed to be over Doge, DOGE, which actually he is not over that, should we say anymore, should we say, which is a whole different topic. But since he's associated with the Doge thing, right? Oh my goodness, the layoffs of this personnel, the closing of this particular area, the pseudo cutting of these jobs, and all the different chaos. All that old Elon, Elon's doing this and doing that. Oh my goodness. Well, we must fight back. He's over Tesla. We're going to protest. We're going to do these vandalism of Tesla vehicles, etc. Now, ain't that unfunny how when American blacks continue to be black pained, right? And protesting, and a few do something, whatever, buildings or some cars, as if black folks are the only people who've ever done that, right? And collective black folks don't even do that, right? But you know how people try to act like black folks are the primary people who do stuff like that. Isn't it unfunny when you have numbers of fireness that have happened toward numbers of Tesla vehicles and however buildings by certain ones within plant-based culture and etc. Oh my goodness, it's not, oh, they always violent, they're arsonists. You see how that disgusting game goes. So when this particular terms lifestyle category one did this defiling, disgusting thing with this bubble gum, and she did something else, it's based on our quietness, right? Oh my goodness, Elon the Musk man, watch this. As if he's not the same person doing this, as if he just all of a sudden changed to doing this, right? Give me a second. Uh-oh. Give me a second. Where'd he go? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I get I guess he's not the same person, right? Huh? Before he was pseudo he put over certain sections of Doge, right? I guess he's not the same person, right? But as soon as all the various cuts and all these other what's supposed to be efficiency and things like that, finding the pork fat stuff off these various programs, and oh my goodness, he's doing too much. You said it goes, and yes, it's understandable. Many people don't know what's going to happen with with the Elon situation, etc. Right? One time, these jobs and different businesses, and people thought, oh, they're safe. We don't worry about that no more. I ain't got time for all that. Black folks are always complaining. They need to work hard. They're always talking about racism. And then when Elon's gets in there and start doing this and doing that, oh my goodness, we need to do something. You see how that disgusting ass game goes, right? But let's continue for a second here. Give me a second. You say, okay. Oh, one second. Remember that salute? Uh-huh. Oh, let's show that again. Uh-huh. That was the same salute, right? That Elon gave, right? But again, you got people that do like you got people that do like this, right? When that is shown, you got people. Some people do this. Uh, Give me a second here. You got some people that do this. They see nothing, they hear nothing, and they know nothing. Yes, there was a few people saying, "Oh my goodness, that's Nazism! Oh my goodness!" But there were a number of other people within certain parts of economics culture, whatever on that. I mean, this is Tesla, man. He's one of the richest people on the planet, and SpaceX and all that good stuff. And he's doing his thing. But the minute the Doge thing started happening, oh my goodness, he's doing too much, right? But at the same time, you say, okay, what about all this racism, anti-American black racism that's been going on for centuries in various parts of America? Where's about that? Where's that conversation at? Oh, y'all need to get over it. Like this, right? Hold on. Coming up. It's coming up.
This reporter kept his cool when his storm coverage was interrupted.
Craig, I'm going to toss it back to you because we have a person who needs your help right now. Hey. Because we have a person who needs your help right now. Hey. Back to you because we have a person who needs your help right now.
It happened live on MSNBC. Shaquille Brewster was reporting on Tropical Storm Ida from Gulfport, Mississippi. He and his crew caught the attention of someone driving by. This video shows a white pickup truck pull over right behind Brewster as he's reporting. A man gets out of the vehicle and starts running over to the crew.
A random person going around, I'm going to turn this way because, we deal with some people every once in a while, but...
Brewster continues on with his report, but the man can be heard off camera yelling at the crew.
Going on for at least until a period of time in which they can...
The man eventually turns back to Brewster, who has to end the report.
Craig, I'm going to toss it back to you because we have a person who needs your help right now.
So where is those conversations like that coming from? This anti-American black hatred. What about that? I see nothing. I hear nothing. I know nothing. Those black folks need to get over racism. I'm talking about racism. Just going to the neighborhood with intimidation, which has been hate crime, intimidation, stuff like this going through the black neighborhood. These kind of things on that, right? So what about things like that? Oh my goodness. Many people are seeing nothing, they heard nothing, and they know nothing, right? But as soon as what's his name? Musk start doing all this other stuff. Oh my goodness, we got to do something like this particular alternative lifestyle category one, the one this applies to, the one that's bad, like in this particular picture you see, right? It's his quietness when things have been going on toward American blacks, right? And the legitimateness of centuries of black pain, anti-American black, then it's, oh my goodness, they're always talking about racism as if it stopped. But again, when Elon is doing his thing and cutting this program and reducing that program and telling people they got to be laid off and you don't do this and do that. Oh my goodness, we got to do something because it's affecting it's many different people within the Panama-based culture and numbers of others that's been affected big time. And just like the old saying, if certain ones within the Panama-based culture basically catch a lot of stuff, well, that means American blacks catching a lot of hell. And so there are a certain amount of other people that's catching a lot of stuff themselves, right? But you don't hear no racism toward Elon, do you? Nope. Now, if he would have been a black man over Doge, oh my goodness, could you imagine the racism, anti-American black hatred for that? But Elon's doing these different things and people blaming him for that, then is quietness related to the racial part of it, isn't it? So before I go ahead and play this video, you know what? Let me go ahead and play the video, the main video.
A woman under arrest after police say that she vandalized a Tesla.
And that crime was all caught on camera. Local 10's Rosh Lowe is joining us live from the jail in West Miami-Dade with more on this one. Rosh?
We brought you this story Tuesday and Wednesday, and the victim told us, look, this was important. I wanted to press charges because he believes that he was targeted. Well, the suspect caught at the Aventura Mall in the food court. So this is the mugshot of Yamaris Marrero. The mugshot of Yamaris Marrero. So this is the mugshot of Yamaris Marrero. And on March 22nd, police is the mugshot of Yamaris Marrero.
You hear that name? Doesn't that sound like some kind of white Hispanicism? Just saying. If that's true, I bet you don't hear no ethnicity hatred toward numbers of Hispanics. Will you? Turn lifestyle category ones? Nope. But if it's a black person, and it's a black person in a situation of turn lifestyle category, the ones that are lost in their mentalities, and they did that to a Tesla vehicle, people will be saying, "Oh my goodness, look at those black people." Oh my, because they see black first, right? So that goes. But unfortunately, there are certain ones within Panama-based culture. There are certain black folks within certain parts of the Panama-based culture that keep doing that little nonsensical thinking that various sections of L-ness and G-ness and B-ness and Q-ness and 3-ness and Q-ness and F3, 5, F out, whatever it is, continue to keep thinking that they're loved by numbers of them. And they're only using numbers of black L-ness and G-ness and B-ness and 2-ness and Q-ness and etc. Just saying. And only very few exceptional ones within that eternal lifestyle category, no.
And on March 22nd, police say this is also Marrero spreading gum on a Tesla and spitting at it. Look at it.
Oh!
Police say this is also Marrero.
See that? Tesla's on the left side. They're putting gum on there. Uh-huh.
Spreading gum on a Tesla and spitting at it. Look at it.
Oh.
Right, this all happened in the
Hold on.
So this is the mugshot of Yamaris Marrero. And on March 22nd, police say this is also Marrero spreading gum on a Tesla and spitting at it. Look at it right there. This all happened in the Aventura Mall's parking garage.
You think you were definitely targeted because of Elon Musk? Absolutely. Without a doubt, again, there was no personal interaction.
The victim, who didn't want to show his face, says he was targeted.
Unfortunately, a divide in our...
You see that, right? You have personnel that are like, they see nothing, they hear nothing, and they know nothing. It's almost like the scariness for certain numbers of ones to sit there and call out certain bad ones within various sections of the L-ness and G-ness and B-ness and Q-ness and etc. I relayed over in a infocast I did maybe less than a couple of months ago or so, maybe slightly more. Where up in New York City, there was just a Black American man who was working for the post office who stopped by this particular sandwich shop that they would go there, numbers of times. And they was in the line just waiting. They was on a break. You had this white Hispanic from the L-ness and G-ness and B-ness and Q-ness. In this situation, this one was white Hispanic trans on that. She, biological male trans over to a female, kind of, sort of. And they skipped the line, or they was trying to skip the line from this black male. And the black male's like, hold on for a second, what are you doing? And then what happened, that particular white Hispanic trans sit there and stab the Black American male to death. He was a father as well. And you barely heard any conversation about that. For the people who is hearing this now, today is, it's April the 1st, 2025 now. Most didn't even hear about that story. You see how that goes, right? You see how it's minimized. But when American blacks, the very small ones that do some not so good things, it's blurred out. They're criminals. They're lazy. You see how that nonsense goes. Even though the number one people who commit the most criminality in America is personnel within the Panama-based culture, the ones it applies to. You see how that disgusting game goes, right? Let's continue.
Country where certain views that are not accepted by a subset.
So Local 10 airs the story Tuesday and Wednesday, and guess where Marrero was spotted on Thursday, say police? The food court at the Aventura Mall. An alert security guard gave cops the tip they needed. The Aventura Mall.
You see this? You see the salivatating? Oh, you see the salivatating they did?
Food court at the Aventura Mall. An alert security guard gave cops the tip they needed.
Marrero?
The bubble burst. And Marrero now standing before a judge.
Supposed to stay away from this individual at least 500 feet away at all times.
She's ordered no contact with the victim. Tesla.
Oh, you hear that part? She is ordered not to be in contact with the victim. She. So that's a she, right? Okay.
Marrero now standing before a judge.
Supposed to stay away from this individual at least 500 feet away at all times.
She's ordered no contact with the victim. Tesla trouble lands this woman in jail.
That's a she, right? But again, if this was a black one within sections of alternative lifestyle category, you have people that see race first. And it would be anti-black first on that situation, right? Oh my goodness, even when they're a certain side, even when those black Negroes are inside the alternative lifestyle category, they still are criminal. You said it goes, right? And you still have millions of American black overall, with very few exceptions, straight versions, and you still have quite a number of ones within the alternative lifestyle category, black ones, that still are the ones this applies to, with very few exceptions, that are still gullible and naive. Yes. Unfortunately, that situation. See, they're not going to have the ones like the great James Baldwin, right? The black American male who was within the illness and genus and Venus and actually he wasn't going to all of them. He wasn't playing all little tactics. You know, he was gay, but at the same time, he still was talking about black issues. And very small amount of people within that alternative lifestyle category can do that, right? But anyway, so the last thing I want to show you is, which like this situation, this topic is going to be minimized as well, because you got a lot of people that are scared. They're sitting there and call out numbers of bad ones within certain types of alternative lifestyle category, the ones that are doing criminality, murdering people, the ones that are assaulting people, the ones that do scamming people, the ones that show anti-American black ones. Oh, it's easily show that. Oh, but it's quietness on that, right? That last part. Let me sit there and show you something. Put this in the context. This particular this biological guy, well, I don't know if he's even trans. The person is putting on the clothes of a woman on that situation, which is a whole different topic in itself, right? And so these particular guys, I won't go into all that, were showing certain things that they do in different places and stuff like that, that show a lot of, the hatred that's still toward black folks, but they'll use other different terminologies. But the whole point, this particular trans man put in a woman's clothes that didn't like that. That's the context of this particular part of it. Mm-hmm. Oh. That should be a hate crime. So this particular trans male or biological male trans to woman or put on the woman's clothes of it looks like a drawed right? Showed hate crime, hatred toward these particular category blacks, or because they can be black Americans in there, but I don't want to go. That's a whole different topic. But what this particular demonic one right here, this demonic inhuman being you see right here in the front, that happens to have these clothes on of a woman, but this person's biological male, right? And turns to lifestyle category. You see the salivating on. They have some pictures and other different things that they were showing about, different things going on toward the black folks and stuff like that. But unfortunately, that some of them will use black and brown stuff and people of color stuff. That's nonsense when you do that collectively, with very few exceptions. Because when you say people of color, that means it dilutes specifically American blacks, because other people sit there and don't dilute themselves out, right? They make sure to talk about their issues. Whole different topic. But this is a hate crime. So where's the same people getting mad about stuff like that within certain parts of trans lifestyle category? The ones that have the anti-American black ones, right? Where are the ones who are black and within that certain type of trans lifestyle category? Where are they jumping up and down about the racism that's truly going on still within the alternative lifestyle category? Very small minimum talk about that. You see how it goes, because you don't talk about that, and then the anti-black hatred that happens within certain ones within the Panama-based culture, within that mix, that shows hatred toward black first in those alternative lifestyle category. You see how that goes, right? So where's the conversation from the same type people within certain parts of plant-based culture within the L-ness and G-ness and B-ness and Q-ness and Q-ness and 3-ness and 5-ness and F-ness and A-ness, whatever else? Quietness, right?
Liz Downfire.
Was that funny? That really wasn't funny. But it can be funny because in such a heartache, like, golly, did this piece of crap do this? Yes, they did. So I just wanted to sit there and show you the hypocrisy that still continues on that situation. That within this type of lifestyleness, that there's still the minimization of what some do. Right? Not only toward numbers of blacks, American blacks, but showing hatred toward numbers within black folks that are within certain parts of the L-ness and G-ness and B-ness and Q-ness, etc. L-ness and G-ness, B-ness and T-ness and Q-ness, etc. Right? That's still not been talked about enough. Right? And so this particular trans person that you heard what they said in the conversation here, they was talking about, they said she is not supposed to be anywhere close to that particular victim. She. And again, there are people that within certain parts of that alternative lifestyle category version relating to certain ones within the predominant culture in those areas, the ones that do this is what they sitting there doing, because they know numbers of people that are scared to call them out. Yes, but if this was a Black American one, and this person was within the predominant if this was a Black American one, and he or she, well, anyway, the person within a term like the category Black one, if they did that and put some bubble gum, that's vandalism, on a Tesla car, and they sit there and salivated upon that Tesla car, it'd be called a hate crime. And then people be like, oh my goodness, even numbers of Black folks within a terms like that category, they're still violent, they're still lazy, there's still criminality. Oh my goodness. You see how that disgusting tactic goes. Thank you for tuning in to the Real CP show. Sad, 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 sad.